Hello everybody, welcome back. This will be part 2 of how to get my awesome window manager. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hide the top and left, hide the wiboxes, and then we're going to come over here. And so we have still have an issue with the resolution. So what we're going to do is, I wonder if we're going to have enough space to do this. Might be a little challenging. So what we're going to do first is cd to scripts, cd to theming, which is what we did last time. We're going to vim the 1080.sh. Let's see if there's, okay, this still works. We still have VGA 0, so we need to have this run automatically. So we're going to cda to get to the awesome config directory, and ls we're going to ea, which is edit rc.lua. We're going to go all the way to the bottom, capital G, and you see here that it's running the 1440 script. That's for my current setup. We're going to do actually 1080. Oops, 1080. That's the script in scripts.theming. Escape, space S, space Q. Going to reload, and this should load the 1080 script. So that's the way to get the. And if you want if you want a resolution script to run, then you put it in the rc.lua like this. So this is the auto start applications. So I'm running Conky, the URXV, the terminal, daemon, MPD, Redshift, UDisky. You can get them to run. All the other stuff like Dropbox and Sync, Megasync, stuff like that. This is kind of a launch script that also launches these things. If you go to my CDS, or if you CDS to the scripts, you can put pretty much anything in here you want. You just point it to the .sh or to the program. In this case, we're running Redshift. We're not going to run Redshift on Arch because Arch has Xflux. So you would do that. You would do that for screensaver, space S, space Q. Okay, so there's a few things we need to do here. Things like font size here and here, where all the fonts around here are all in your theme directory. So if we cd T, I believe, you see that goes to your, well, let's just do EZ for shortcuts, and we do a CDT, and you see here it goes to the themes msjche. So if you wanted to do, CD to default, CDM, but anyways, that goes to the theme when you're using my msjche theme. So we're doing ls here. We'll see that there's a theme.lua, so we do vim theme.lua. And we just go down. So if you want to change things like what wallpaper you're looking for, there's the main one there. But here's the main one in terms of font size and stuff like that. So we're going to change. So typically for a 1440, I use 16, and for a 1080, we'll probably use 12. And Xerod is pretty big. We took 4 off the last one. Let's go ahead and take 4 off of this one now. And Control S and Control Window R. See how that looks? That actually looks pretty good. But what you'll see now is some of the stuff, like the themes or the font sizes on the bling bling, are separate. You see, this is separate. All these are separate. I think we're going to change the size of this wibox and this wibox, so we'll probably have to adjust the sizes of all the bling bling stuff separately. So that's pretty much how you do it for regular wiboxes. I'm going to probably, I'm going to go ahead and quit out of here with an exclamation point. Looks like there's an error, so I'm just going to load that again. That was :Q exclamation point to not save any changes. So another Vim shortcut is F9, takes us to the first 9 in that line. So there's a little Vim secret there. So we're just going to input 10 here, make it a little bit bigger. Space S and Control window R, Control Super R. So we're getting some funny things going on here. Go to 11, space, reload. Yeah, that's probably better. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna keep that one. So we're gonna do space Q to exit. Now we're gonna do EA. So first, let's take a look at EW with the Wii's. You're gonna notice in here. So since this is an arch based, what I've done is I've defined colors, and we're just going to XX and space minus. We're going to change it to arch blue. So I think a lot of you guys are on arch, so you just change that color there, the definition of blue. And if you go down and you just do a slash for search and go for blue, you'll see that a lot of the definitions use that color. It's basically a variable to be used in all the format below. So you notice that there's a couple options for how to define your Pandora and PD and stuff like that. But you'll notice that all the definitions have that variable in there, so that if you change the color once up here, then it works for everything below. So it should make things a little easier. Okay. So anyways, what you'll see is there aren't any font. They're not very many. A couple of them have them, but that's just for the pop-up stuff. You can change the size if you want, but I wouldn't think that's all that big a deal for some of the pop-ups like BAT. Well, we don't have BAT anymore, but you can change the size of the fonts there if you want the battery readout to be smaller or bigger when you click on the battery icon. So anyways, there's really not very many fonts in Wii. It's all in I found I couldn't put bling stuff in Wii.lua. It had to be in rc.lua. It kept giving errors if it wasn't in rc.lua, because I'm suspecting that if we real quick Control Q, ls bling, all these actually cd bling. All these configs, like if we go into just really quick on bling, like let's pick one, clock config init line graph. So if we do vim line graph, if you go in here, you'll see that he actually gives you like what can be changed in each of the variable definitions. And when you come down here a little bit further, you'll see that these are the properties. So when you're defining your wibox, these are the things you can change. You can change the width, height margin, or width, vertical margin, horizontal margin, vertical margin, background color, which is the main reason I did it, is so you can get these colored text and colored graphs. This graph is actually, the text is in the middle of the graph, and that's the only way I could get that to work was with this bling stuff. Rounded size would be the if you want to round the graph and all that type of stuff. So anyways, if you're curious about what bling does, the reason I did it is so that you could get background colors and foreground colors and text size and text position and all that stuff. So anyways, go back to EA. So if we go down to, I've got it sectioned out really nicely. So you see bling starts right here. There's going to be quite a bit of adjustment here, unfortunately. I don't know any other way than to let's do a search for width first. We're going to change the size of the wiboxes, and we'll come back and change all these as well. Let's go back one. Going. Okay, width. We're going to change that width probably to, I don't know, try 50 first, from 70 to 50. Let's Control S to save, Control Alt or Control Meta R. We like the size of that. Yeah, that's probably a little bit too small. Let's change it to 55. Reload. That's probably pretty good. Well, we could have it even bigger. Let's 60. Oops. SS, reload. That's probably a pretty good size. So now let's do a search for / height. Some kind of weird graphical glitch when in VirtualBox right now. There we go. Let's change this to probably 28. I don't know. Reload. That's pretty good. We could probably go a little bit smaller. 6. Reload. Yeah, I like that. That looks pretty good. Okay, so now let's go back up to okay, so first thing we're going to do is let's take a look at the labels. I'm actually not going to change the label size. I actually kind of like the label size, so we're going to skip down. Control D is half page down. So if we look here, we're going to go basically from here to just about there on this next tab down. See, we went right there. The next one will go to text color. And if we go Control up, we'll go back to where we were. So Control U, that is. Okay, so file system, so boot graph. We changed all the width. So first off, what did we go to? 60. So let's go. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and go page up to bling bling, and we're going to go to just above it. We're going to do /width, and we're going to change all the 70s to 60s. So F6. Okay, it didn't work. Forward to 6. No, it's not doing it. I don't know why. So now we're just going to R6. Oh, 7. Okay, that's why. We're going to do N for next. Forward to 7. Replace it with 6. Then hit N to get the next width. F7, R6. N for next. F7, R6. N for next. F7, R6. N for next. F7, F7, R6. Sloppy. F7, R6. N for next. F7, R6. So these are some of the things that make Vim pretty useful. The reason once you get used to it, it's much easier to deal with all this stuff. So go to the next. F7, R6. N. F7, R6. We could do like a replace, but I want to actually look at all of these. And the thing about Vim is you can make it into basically a full IDE with a huge config file, and you can have like templates and autocomplete. That's more than I need it to do, but you can do it. You can have like find and replace with check on each one, and you can skip and select. But that's over my head. I don't use it enough to justify that kind of effort. But anyways, next. F7, R6. Next. Oops. That one already. Cores graph. Okay, so this one, I believe, is going to deal with the size. Let's just, yeah. So this is the width of. I don't know if it's the whole thing, but it's got to be smaller. So let's change that to. Let's do height to 50, and we'll do this to 55, and radius we'll change to 22. Actually, it was 24. We'll try 22. Let's just do a quick save and then reload. I don't know a whole lot of what we just changed. I'm going to change the radius to a little bit smaller because I think that's a little too big still, because the graph is off the wibox. That's probably okay. It's right on the edge. We could make it slightly smaller, go to 20. And do it again, and it should pull just off the edge of the wibox. Yeah, so that's probably better. Okay. Now let's do the next. Look for more widths. Now we're into Wi-Fi. Oh yeah, that was the Wi-Fi arrow widget. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm not using it. So F7 R6 next. F7 R6 next. Okay, so let's go back up to capital B-L-I-N-G. That'll take us back to the top of Wibox again. So now we're going to do height. You know what? I'm going to actually do this. Font size. No, we'll do height first. Sorry. Because what you'll notice is this CPU graph's really big. It's like all the way to the just under CPU here. So we're gonna change height, and we're gonna go to forward 5 R 0 just to check it. I don't know if that's good enough or not. I don't know if that's gonna screw something up. Yeah, that's too small. We want it to be just bigger. Let's do maybe 3. So this is changing the background of the CPU. Why is that so small? It should be bigger. 35. Interesting. I don't know how that changed that. Well, anyways, let's do the next one. So let's not screw with height. For some reason that went, oh, there, that's better. It just took a while to upload it, or update it. So do we want to change the size of the fonts here? I'm not going to. You can see that this is 20, this is 17. We continue to go down, this is 17 also, and discs will be smaller, it'll be 14. I'm not going to change those. Those look okay. Let's go down to file systems. So this is down here. We have the fonts I think are too big here. So what we're going to do, the width is fine. I actually kind of like the height. I'm going to keep the height a little bit bigger here. You can make them thinner. If you look at mine, they're quite a bit thinner relatively. But we're going to do to font underscore size. And we're going to leave those and those. We're going to change this forward 1. We're going to change that to 0 maybe. Let's check that. So this is boot graph. That's probably good. So we'll do the next one, forward 1, DW to delete word, and enter 10. Into the next one, forward 1. Now let's just do R0. Next one, forward 2, R0. Make it as fast as we can. Memory, same thing, forward 2, R0. Next one. Now we're at volume. Volume's too big, so this needs to be forward 5 R13 probably. Space. Let's save and reload that. It's probably too big also. We're going to change that to 12. That's probably, nope, still too big. Let's do 11. Reload. There, that's good. Now it shows the whole percent. Okay, is there anything else we want to do? Oh yeah, CPUs. Keep going. Yeah, CPU graph forward F2 R0. Next. Cores graph. Yeah, forward 2 R0. That's this cores graph thing here. And net widget for Wi-Fi. Yeah, we need to change these. I'm not sure what that is, but I don't think we're using that one. Forward, and we'll make it 0. Next. Yeah, forward 2 R0. Next. Forward 2 R0. Next. So I'm going to do. Let's try this now, and hopefully that picked up these. It didn't. So we need to go to Wi-Fi. So one of these in here is going to be label. Yeah, it's right here. Okay. So this font size is too big. I'm not sure where the font is defined. some reason it's not updating. Oh, that's why. Well, you need to find out which your, let's do a if config enp03s, or enp0s3. Okay, so let's do enp0s3. Keyword enp0s3. Maybe that'll update now. Yeah, okay, so you got to make sure that this is correct. Whatever your, again, what I did is if config, and if you have Wi-Fi, that'll be start with a W of some sort, 3 letters, a number, a letter, a number, and for me, WLP6S0. And when I have it plugged in via USB dongle, Ethernet to USB, it's this crazy one here. But anyways, so that's that. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, so pretty much that looks like mine now. I'm not going to do, why not? So let's do y mpd, first of all let's get Conky, y Conky, Compton. 1's fine. Because as you can see, the terminal is, the terminal is not transparent. So we need a composite manager to get a, actually let's get that back up so you can see when it turns transparent. So Conky's in our EA, go to the bottom, you see Conky, or Compton's there, so Q, let's do a reload, and that should show through the terminal now. Yep, so the terminal is now transparent, good. Next thing we're going to do is, what did I say? Can't remember what I said. Well, let's get Conky. What do I usually get here? I usually get, I think just 1 will be fine. I don't think we're using any Lua stuff or NVIDIA stuff. So sudo su. So one of the things we're going to note is we don't have the theme in root. So we're going to do cd to home for root, which is -root. We're going to, let's get another terminal up. There we go. So there's a few things in here that we're going to want to have symlinked. And the reason I use a symlink is things like ZSH. If I make a change to ZSH, I want it to work from root as well. So what we're going to do is lns dot home, your username, dot zsh to here, and we're going to source dot shrc, and now we have that. So we're also going to do lns dot vim. I don't know if that actually worked. Did it work? No, it didn't. We're going to rm.vim. I don't like that. So it should be lns.vim to here. I don't know why that's red. lns.vimrc to here. Oh, sorry. So sorry. Disregard that. So lns always has to go back to your home directory. .vim to here. .vimrc to here. Oops. Getting a little hasty here. Pardon me. .vimrc. LNS home msj home zsh to here. What else do we want? Can't remember. That's the main stuff. Oh, x resources. LNS. Let's just do it this way. X resources to here. Now we do EV and everything will be pointed to our main config stuff. So anyways, that helps that. I'm going to move both of these to 9, and I'm going to change this back to web browser. And I'm going to launch Firefox. I'm going to use my. We're going to do. Oops. We're going to do pastebin. Why is this not working? Come on. Yeah, okay, so there's my Powerline theme. Go down to the bottom. I don't like this, multiple location stuff. So what I'm going to do is, this should work. vim.msjche themes. So this is going to be Powerline. We're going to do V, capital G, DD to delete them all, DD, then insert, and let's go back here and copy that again, and come over here, and shift insert should work. Escape, control S, and let's reload. And I'm not sure that worked, so let's check it out. Oops. Get out of there. Let's do this again. Yeah, okay, it did work. So now if we do CDA, CD to profiles, to msjche, to themes, now it's only going to show 3, so it doesn't get so outrageously large, and I kind of like the gray personally. So anyways, there's that. So now our profiles, the terminal's looking good. Did we install Conky? I think we did. Let's run this right here, which is up, which is basically just runs HUD. Is it not running both? Oh, you know what? We might have to downgrade. Yeah, I think we have to downgrade. So let's see, Y Conky. For some reason, the latest version 1.10 can't run 2 wiboxes. So let's just do 23. Forgot about that. I can't. There's probably another line somewhere that you need to add to get Conky to work with 2 wiboxes. That's pretty cool. It only shows the 4 cores that we gave this VirtualBox. Now we sit and wait. Sorry for the fan noises. It's running it on the laptop kind of tends to work hard on some of this stuff, especially Gentoo. Boy, that was a workout when I installed Gentoo via VirtualBox. That took forever. We might not do the entire Conky, but there aren't very many places to change in it anyways. But I think quite a few of you guys were asking for it, so might as well do it. Okay, so let's. This is kill everything in means like Dropbox and Megasync, whatever's running, and Conky. So that's what this does. This button. And let's do this again. Now it's both of them. So now what we have, the problem is that it's too big, text is too big. So I have a shortcut CDC, capital C, which takes you to Conky. And we have these, and we're going to edit the RCL first, to the left side. and we're going to do a search for font. We're going to change 11 to 9. And we're going to save, I don't know if that changes everything actually. Okay, we're going to get rid of that so we don't have to look at it. Yeah, that changed most of the fonts. Now we just need to worry about like the headers and the size of the wibox. So now we're going to page down to, let's do clear rod. Now we're going to go forward to the 8 and change that. Oops, forward to 8. That did not work. There we go. Place that with like, I don't know, 3. Reload. And so my, I kill Conky every time I reload, because if you don't, it'll pile several versions of it up and it'll be a pain in the butt. So let's go back here. We're going to go to width. Boy, this is the hard part. I'm going to change this gap a little bit smaller and make it 0, 50. And we're going to come down here, make the size to change. Let's do Xerod again. That's probably a good size for the first one. We're going to change the 13s to 10s. Forward F3 R0. Oop, undo. F3 R0. In for next. F3 R0. Next. F3 R0. Next. Now where are you? That is, what was the last one we changed? That's the top, right? Yeah. Control S to save. Oops, I didn't need to reload, awesome. And let's redo Conky again. So that's not so bad. What else could we do? We're running out of space vertically. I'm probably going to change. Need to change the box sizes. So this is the kind of the pain in the butt side. So what you do, I'm not going to do it because it takes forever. So you have this is the text, then you have a and this is the bar, CPU bar. This is aligned right, so it's just going to fill it. So I think this is fine. But when you come down here, you're going to have to change this to like height, width. So just screw around with those until you get them to fit. Some aligned left, some aligned right, and it should be fine. And offsets, you're going to have to possibly play around with offsets as well. But anyways, that just takes a lot of time and tweaking. But that is pretty much it. And like I said, it'd take another 20 minutes to get that to look right. But you should be able to figure that out if you've gotten this far. So yeah, that is pretty much how to get, let me do this real quick. Actually, we don't need to do that. We have aliases. Capital shutdown is all you need. So anyways, that is how to get my, that's how to get my awesome window manager. So if you have any questions, let me know. Talk to you later.